What's up, everybody? Welcome to yet another installment of SuperGen's Nintendo Nation. Episode 12 of SuperGen's Nintendo Nation. And today, we are going to get right into it. I'm Joe. That's Ryan. This is Christian,
Andy.
back again.
Anton.
And we are getting into the news. Number one, what I have up is the Castlevania Netflix animated series has an official release date.
So it's like a movie.
Yeah, I think so. I
Like
don't
a
know a
big
whole lot about
long-
it, but
It's episodic though, right?
yeah, definitely. It's like
Yeah.
a show. But you know how Netflix...
Is it on HBO?
It's
4
episodes.
hours.
Oh, it's on
Okay, so it's 2 hours.
Netflix?
It'll be on Netflix, right?
Shoot, dude.
Netflix.com.
Actually, I'm actually really looking forward to that. That should be pretty cool. Did they
Simon
say like
Belmont
who
gonna
the
be in there?
actors are though?
I don't know.
Selma and Velma.
Selma and Belmont.
That'd be cool. July 7th, though, is the date that it is coming out.
July 7th. Okay.
I think it'll be cool.
Let me mark my calendar.
Hey, man, if this goes well, hopefully it leads to
A Zelda.
A Zelda live action show. That actually would be
No.
pretty sweet. Let's talk about real quick though, like what we would make live action if we had the opportunity. Like what video game?
Prey.
Shrek 2. Shrek
All right.
Extra Large.
Yeah.
Well, it's already happened.
Super Monkey Ball 2.
They have an ice skate show, so I'd probably do like The Last of Us. But I'm sorry, we're getting off topic though. So
Ripcord.
Anyway, yeah, July 7th, it's coming out. But it's good news for Castlevania fans because hopefully if the series does well, if this becomes one of the most watched things on Netflix, maybe that we could get another Castlevania game, considering that's like all Konami has, aside from Super Bomberman.
I was gonna say Bomberman.
But it's like at 40,000
You could do it with Bomberman,
copies.
though.
I think that's a little too
Live action
too out
Bomberman.
there.
Yeah, I
But
would
dude, if
watch
we,
that, dude.
Could you imagine if we got a new Castlevania game though with great graphics, like great style, stuff like that? How cool that would be.
on the Switch.
Oh yeah,
Exclusive.
and on PS4.
So is that
and
what
on
they're?
everything
You think
else.
that's what they're like setting it up for? Because I know they did that with like Halo ODST, like before that came out, like they had that Halo series. You think it'd be something like
Waypoint.
I think it
No,
can.
no.
I think this definitely can lead into that. But I bet if season 1 takes off, I bet we get a season 2, and then after season 2, I bet we get a video game kind of tied into this universe. But it's because it's a universe already based on a video game.
Here's the
It's
thing,
not
though.
like a typical movie tie-in.
I feel like because it's animated, that's what's biting them. They should have done live action.
No, they should not have.
Yeah.
The fact that it's animated and it looks like an anime, I think is awesome.
That's cool, and it's gonna hit
That's
that
a
like
Castlevania anime. But live action...
niche art.
every
Whoa,
time
I
they
thought
do
it was live action.
No.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, every time they try and do something live action related to video games, it sucks.
No, but that should be like. Imagine if I don't want to compare it to like Stranger Things, but something like that, where
Yeah.
it's like somebody watches it and then you tell somebody else to watch it who's like not really into games, and they're like, "Oh, it's live action, looks like a good TV show." Then they watch it, then they get into it, and then that ball kind of rolls. It's harder to get somebody into like an anime.
I
feel
totally
like.
agree, but I think it's also harder to produce something like Castlevania as a live action show.
Dude, you gotta think,
due
like,
to all like the special
people
effects
in-
and everything.
People in Japan are obsessed,
That's true
with
too.
animes.
This is a
And you
very
know
very
for a-
Japanese focused everything.
and they're all gonna watch it. Yeah.
right because Konami is very Japanese, Castlevania
And
is very Japanese.
I mean, you already got a lot of people that are in the United States that are absolutely obsessed with anime as well too.
Right.
So you know.
Yep.
I think
totally
personally,
agree.
I'd prefer animated though, not live
Yeah.
action.
I
But
think
live
so.
action could potentially.
It
come
could
to
bring in
something
more
bigger.
people. I
Yes.
totally agree with that. But I like
But
the fact that they kind of
would it be as good? It would not be as good.
Yeah,
We can all
totally agree.
unless they got like good actors.
Ratings wise would not be as good,
Yeah.
but install base wise, it probably would get more watches.
Yeah.
Next up, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but there's been an issue going around with the Switch being, whenever you dock it, it'll automatically turn your TV on if you're if you have a Samsung TV. Even when you're done playing and you put it in sleep mode, you hold the home button, put it in sleep mode, it'll still like randomly turn your TV on. Even if like you're watching TV and your Switch is like in sleep mode, and you say you're watching TV or whatever, it'll just randomly switch over to whatever input your Switch
Why
is
does it?
on.
Why does it do that?
No one knows.
I don't know, but I'm
knows.
gonna say this: I use like a Samsung TV as a second monitor for my computer, but that also has a Switch hooked up to it. Whenever I dock it, it automatically goes to that thing, and it says like some weird reason. I don't remember why.
Yeah, so there's a setting
weird setting,
in the
yeah.
Switch where you can set it to auto start, where it sets to your monitor or your TV, and it'll auto start if you do it. So it's like if everything's off, like if your TV's off and your Switch is off, and you turn on your Switch, it'll connect and turn your TV on and turn it to the input setting. But people have reported they've turned that setting off on the
And it
Switch,
still happens?
and it still happens.
Yeah.
So the good news here is that Samsung actually announced that they're going to be releasing a firmware update for their TVs that they figured out what the bug is, and they're going to change it on their end.
Do you know, was
to
it a
make
Nintendo
happen.
bug or a Samsung bug?
I have no idea.
But
No one
Samsung's
knows.
just
But
gonna be the bigger
Samsung is
person.
being proactive in changing
I think
it.
it's a big conspiracy.
Probably. I mean, they're all Japanese companies, so
Yeah.
Confirmed.
you know, it's probably what it is. But yeah, anyway, that's awesome. Like, good on Samsung for like taking the initiative and actually caring about it. as
Samsung's
opposed to
cool.
being,
They
like,
got good TVs.
Yeah, I think they have good TVs.
You know, this is we're promoting Samsung actually. This
That's our
podcast is
sponsor.
brought
Right.
to you by Samsung. So be sure to go out there and buy their TVs.
They got good things.
So yeah,
And their phones. Buy their phones. No, don't buy their phones. They kind of explode.
yeah.
But whatever.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching the podcast. See you guys next time.
Next up, item number 3 we got is that the file size for ARMS has been released on the European Nintendo website, coming in at 2.2 gigs.
Ooh.
2.2
I don't want to say bad
gigs.
sign, but
Like, for ARMS. But then it was confirmed that it was that it runs at 1080p 60 frames a second when you're playing it.
but what's to the game? Is there a story
It was
mode in
a-
this game?
Is that
Yeah.
good or bad?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's a story mode.
It's a really
there's
small file size.
Yeah, but if
for-
you would have watched more than 10 minutes of the direct,
I know, I would know.
you'd figure it out.
So it's
But,
only 2.2, and how many gigabytes is a Switch again?
32.
Gigabytes is a Switch.
But that's
It's one
it. But again,
switchabyte.
this is all if you download it, which
switchabyte.
is crazy. It's like the download file is 2.2, but you still don't have to like install the cartridges or anything.
Yeah.
Which
No,
is
it's just
cool.
a really
It's
small
just
file,
Weird.
you
Yeah,
know?
which is weird, but like it's that small a file to run something at 1080p 60 frames a second. Yet we have games like Call of Duty that are taking up 90 gigs.
Yeah.
Like
See, here's
that
the
are
problem.
also
One of
1080p
our little
60
videos
frames
for
a
this
second.
takes up more than that entire game, which is running at 1080p, however many frames
Yeah.
a second, and that's why it's so hard to comprehend. How are they?
Like
doing it.
that's
Like,
that's
what's
insane.
gonna
But
be
they're
in the
releasing
game?
this entire game, so I don't know.
So
It's
what they're
just-
saying is the game is absolute garbage already.
Right,
It hasn't even been
apparently.
You
released.
heard it here first.
But
All right.
Zelda's only 13, and that's like the highest rated game of all time, and that's only 13 gigs.
Well, remember No Man's Sky though? I
They're
just
just
want to throw
getting really
this
good at-
out. Had a really small file size because people are like, oh, it's procedurally generated, so they just need to keep those like files in there, and then they're going to keep replicating and generating and all that.
Yeah.
But ARMS
And that's what it
isn't
was.
like
and that whole game was replication.
Yeah,
It's
the replication station Sky.
But you might run into someone.
Maybe.
You might see someone.
We're still
if
waiting
you're
on
lucky.
that.
Right. Next up, we got the Switch. Apparently, Unreal Engine 4 just got updated today or yesterday or something like that with a new, however you update game engine.
Yeah.
But it now has been fully featured for the Switch to work with the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew Unreal Engine 4 could run on the Switch before, but I guess it was only like parts of it were optimized for that, and like it could only like partially work for making Switch games.
Yeah.
But now it's completely open to developers that they can use all of Unreal 4's features and engine perks
And
like,
games.
whatever they want to do. Yeah, every single game that
Unreal
runs
Tournament.
Unreal,
We're bringing it back.
Thought
They
the
can
same
do
thing.
it.
What was that last time? PS3, I feel like.
Yeah, that was
And
Probably
360 maybe.
360. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's good news that now developers can actually like the same things that they can do on PS4 and stuff. They now can do engine wise on the Switch,
Can do.
which is awesome. So I love that can do.
Can do, but will they? That's the big question. Nintendo.
And
should they?
Nintendo.
Is another real question. Should they do it?
Should they? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
They're
I
so
feel-
preoccupied with if they could, they never thought to ask if they should.
Yeah. Actually, you know that does bring up a good point. It's just like
Derail.
Unreal Tournament. The Unreal Engine is actually a really good engine, and it has made a lot of cool games. But will we see that implemented with Nintendo? You know what I mean?
I think so. I think we'll get cool games in a different way. I guess it would be the same way, but
In a new way.
I don't
yeah,
believe you.
there you go. That's good.
I don't
I like
believe
it.
you. I'll believe
either
when I
way,
see
I
it.
think all this is
Yeah.
good news. I
Hey,
think that's great.
I just want to know, did EA reconfirm?
They did not.
Oh,
I
okay,
do have another company though adding to the reconfirm though.
Okay, cool.
So now we're
We'll
gonna have
get
one
there.
right on par with EA. If you can
Yeah.
guess who that is.
It's in the game.
Next up, we got Nintendo right now as their stock.
Plummets.
No, actually increased like crazy.
So they're
This is
doing
the
pretty good.
highest it's ever been since 2008.
Okay. What was that, right around Wii launch? Maybe a little bit after?
That was a little bit after, yeah.
Yeah.
That was about 2 years after.
So
We
what's
are
the
ne-
highest it's ever been, though?
That's a great question. I don't have an answer for you though. I'm so sorry.
Damn.
I'll
All
come
right.
back to you next week though with an answer. But this is higher than it was when Pokemon Go launched,
Okay.
and that was at like a
Wow.
record-breaking height.
Yeah.
And so now they're above that right now with the Switch and with like the way everything's going there. So
Huh.
It's pretty
way
impressive.
to go! Like that's awesome. So hopefully no one was planning on buying their stock anytime soon because right now it's balls expensive.
Yeah.
So, next. I'm gonna throw out that developer who's confirming, and it's Ubisoft.
I was gonna guess that.
If
But
it
no
makes
one
sense. They had this statement where they said they want to remain to be the dominant third-party developer on Nintendo consoles. They said we've been working with Nintendo for the past 10 years or something like that, and we have been the dominant third party who's always supported Nintendo for the past decade. And we want to continue that relationship or continue that success. So that leads into another one, Rayman Raving Rabbids, the thing that's on everybody's mind,
Classic.
wondering when we're getting to it.
Yakuza 2 classic.
It's apparently been confirmed that the Rabbids Mario crossover is indeed
No, it's
a
been
thing.
like leaked. It's been seeped, yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty steep to the point of confirmation.
Okay.
The newest thing I remember we got from Wario64, who was I think one of the original guys who leaked the asset, was of this rabbit right there, taking the
We'll show a screenshot of that right now.
yeah the Peach rabbit who's very
Right there.
suggestively taking a selfie,
Wow.
noticeably without pants on.
Ooh.
So
That's actually like really
yeah, I don't know how I feel about
Really,
that.
what?
cool.
But yeah, so that was the original one. It was just like a little snippet of that.
Yeah.
And then we eventually got this whole big full image. And I just want to read off a little bit about the 8 playable characters, who are Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Peach.
They got Mario back
and
there
then
too.
Rabbids, who are dressed
Macho
up
Man.
like who are dressed up like Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Yoshi.
Yeah.
So we've got the Yoshi Rabbid is the crazy one.
I like it.
Then this is what we think to be official Nintendo marketing. Princess Peach is labeled as the badass princess.
Whoa! No
So,
swear words on
Yeah,
Nintendo Nation.
hey
guys.
man, that's direct from the
No,
Nintendo
seriously,
horse's mouth, dude.
I
Right
wouldn't
from
do that.
Epona's mouth.
I wouldn't do that.
The
Hate to see you get kicked
Luigi,
off your own show.
the Luigi Rabbid is the unstable one, which he looks
The
pretty
Luigi?
crazy to
You
me.
messed up in the mansion.
Mario is of course the leader. We have
Didn't see that one coming.
that suggestive Peach Rabbid. Her name or her description is #sassy, #no filter. That's what it says above
I'm
her
gonna throw up.
head there. Luigi is labeled as the Eagle Eye, which was a great movie starring Shia LaBeouf. So hopefully he gets a cameo
Real quick,
in this,
how does that make
in
you?
this game.
How does that make you guys feel when you have like meme culture like being injected into your video?
I
games?
love it.
I think
I
it's
love
great.
it.
I want to see.
You
I just
like
want to see
that? Yeah.
convergence. I want to see convergence of all media.
You want to see like more Neon Cat just like in your video games.
Yeah, dude, I love the
Eating the
Neon
Pop-Tart.
Cat.
So like you want to be playing Mario and you just want to see Neon Cat pop up on.
I
your
could see
screen.
it
I don't know. I'm
perfectly in a Paper
Right
Mario.
across, and then I actually want to see Mario Galaxy 3
what? So you want to see
starring
like
Neon Cat.
come up from behind the hills and behind Peach's cat. You want to see like the salt guy just like.
Oh, dude, that'd be great. The anybody he's gonna.
Am I the only one here that just thinks
That's
that's,
dope,
a terrible idea?
I love it.
Apparently, dude,
That's
you're
really
coming up with
bothered
the
by
great
that.
ideas, but it's like, dude, we need a convergence of all media. Our books, our movies,
That was
our
Quantum
TV,
Break.
and our video games
I,
are
you
all
know,
gonna come
I
into
can't
one.
tell if you guys are kidding or not. Right
I'm
now,
not, dude. We
I'm
just
down
need
for
a
the memes.
convergence of everything, dude. Dude, this is the meme machine.
We might as well just like take Alien Covenant and just like throw all their characters into Mario games too. If you want to just converge all media, might as well.
Who's gonna be the in the illustrious fingering scene?
Mario with his white
Talking to
gloves
Mario.
Bowser.
Mario talking to Mario.
Mario, Birdo, and Bowser.
with Birdo's nose, just like reaching in there. All right, we're good.
That's disgusting.
No, hey, I'll cut that part out. We don't need that. All right, so
Mario Rabbit, only 2 more. Mario Rabbit is the macho man.
Yeah.
All right. He
Why
is
is the internet up
neither
in flames
macho
about
nor
that
a
one?
man. I want to throw out there. What was that?
The internet's up in flames about that one.
Why?
From what I saw, I don't know, like something with the tag where it's like, why
offensive.
does Rabbit call
Who
it
knows,
Macho
man, dude?
Rest in peace,
How is the
Macho Man.
badass princess not offensive though? Or the #sassy, #no filter of a pantsless Princess Peach Rabbit not offensive, but the macho man is?
Yeah, I don't know why people.
Dude,
are
I don't know,
doing
man.
first off, it's a rabbit, so who cares if it's pantless? Second off,
Dude, I don't need that rabbit butt all up in my face.
that. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Rabbit
man.
VR.
well,
Ew.
It's not good.
Lastly, we've got regular Yoshi, is known as the explosive one.
Oh yeah.
Which I think is awesome because that clearly means to me, and they're probably not going to do it, but it makes the most sense, is that Yoshi's just going to have explosive eggs like he does in like every other video
Explosive-
game. And he's just going to throw his eggs and they're just going to explode and blow everything up, dude. It's almost like explosive poop. You know?
whoa, hey,
Cut that one.
cut that one out.
So
too, guys.
each one has their own playstyle. Supposedly the
Inappropriate.
leak was that this game plays like Fire Emblem, which would kind of be cool. It'd be very interesting to see how
What
this
was the
works.
breakdown? Like 65% role playing, 35%.
Yeah, dude,
like
I don't
adventure?
even know. Like it was something close to it.
Yeah, it's cool though.
I'm excited for it, dude. The
Same
internet
here.
is all in a blaze about the game as a whole, like wanting to petition to like get it like unmade and like take it down. Like, all that.
no.
And I'm like, no,
Do
just
people
keep it going.
Do
I
people
say
just
come
not
on.
like seeing
That's so
Rayman?
bad.
People just don't like the rabbits. They think the rabbits are dumb.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm
gonna be
like,
the
dude,
best
get over
part.
it. Like, it's gonna be cool. The other thing a lot of people think is that at the end of this, if you 100% the game, you're gonna unlock a new trailer for the new Metroid game because they all look like they have arm cannons, like Metroid arm cannons.
Yeah.
So they think that that's gonna be a hit.
And there's gonna be rabbits in the new
The
Metroid.
whole
And there's
funny
gonna be
part
rabbits
about
in Metroid Prime 4.
the whole funny part about this, I thought that everybody loved Rayman.
Yeah, I love this Raymond.
All right, we gotta cut that.
Oh God. What do I want to talk about next?
Deborah.
Next up, we got Level 5. Either of you guys know who Level 5 is?
Tell me.
They made
Do I wanna-
Professor Layton games. You ever play
Okay.
Professor Layton
Oh
games?
yeah, I did.
Dude, I freaking love those
I never
games.
actually played them, but I saw them on a shelf once.
Okay.
I have all of them. They're great games. Oh, that's right. They also made Nino Kuni.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
totally
No, I
forgot.
played Nino
back
Kuni.
in
Nino Kuni was actually a fun game. It did get a little bit repetitive after a while, but I mean,
I never
like-
played it, so
Yeah.
I have no comment on that
Ooh,
situation.
Dark Cloud.
Hey, we actually have a review of Nino Kuni coming up here soon. Plugging that right now. Be sure to check that out. All
Are
right.
you writing that
I
one?
can't wait. Yeah, are you
So-
playing that one?
No, we already have one. So.
Okay, cool.
He's had it in
Who
the
wrote
tank
it?
for a few years now.
He's had it for a few years now.
We gotta
A few hundred years.
the cut
But
episode.
anyway, they are confirmed to have been. That's disgusting. They have,
Lauren, gotta cut that out.
they have been confirmed to be making Nintendo Switch games. They said they had an official statement come out that they have Switch games in the tank that they're making in development for the Nintendo Switch. So that's kind of exciting. I hope it's a Professor Layton
Dark
game.
Cloud 3.
But they said they're also done with Professor Layton games. Now we're on like Lady Layton or something like that. So who knows,
Lady
man?
Layton.
It's about his daughter. Or
Does she also have a top hat?
No, she does not. I think she has like a scarf or something, though. So
Dumb.
Kinda like
Not
Sonic
just
Boom
as
Sonic.
good, dude.
Not mine.
Then from a few analysts, we've got, this is the next item, word on that Nintendo street there is that the shortage of Nintendo Switches in the wild is apparently supposed to last all year, according to analysts.
Artificial
Yeah,
shortage,
they
right?
think that not until sometime next spring, so almost a full year rotation before Nintendo Switches are available.
They'd
like,
be a
readily
fool
in the
though
so
not
wild.
to
if I-
pump them
And
out.
I'm like, the analyst who said this, I want to say, you're an idiot. No.
Okay,
Just-
so if
you're
I went
dumb.
to Best Buy right now and I wanted a Switch and I walked up there, would they just laugh at me or would they actually have one? in
They
stock?
would not
No, they
have
would
one,
have
but
it.
they also probably wouldn't laugh at you. They'd probably be like,
Yo, listen, man.
"Yo, dude, it's an eBay exclusive."
They're like,
right
"Hey,
now.
we know you
gotta
want
go
the
spend
rabbits."
$400, but
You gotta
good deal
drop.
with
You
it.
gotta go talk to your friendly scalper.
Support
That's
your
right.
local scalpers.
But then the other word on the across the street of
Okay.
this Nintendo Village is that Nintendo is planning to re-release like shipments of Switches to coincide with the big games that they're launching. So like when Mario Kart came out, that's when like Toys R Us, each Toys R Us got like 50 Switches in stock
Yeah.
to coincide with the Mario launch. You know, when Zelda came out, that was the Switch launch. So of course we had systems then. You know what I mean? And so I think the rumor that's been going around is that they want to, every time there's a big first party release, that there's going to be another one. So Splatoon 2, keep her out. There's probably going to be a bunch of Switches available when Splatoon 2 comes
They'd
out.
be a fool though
things
not to
that.
like pump a bunch out like that
Exactly.
Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Christmas time.
Right.
Yeah,
and then
well,
the-
which
that's-
I'm sure they will do
Yeah.
because
Yeah, and it's funny. I was talking to my boss about it the other day, and he goes, "The thing is, though, he's like, think about how there were so many like right at the beginning, and now there's none." He's like, "That's because they've had 2 years to produce as many to get ready for launch day." And he's like, now that they're trying to like keep up with it, all the launch day ones that they've made over the course of 2 years have already sold out. And so now they're trying to like pump them out, and they can't even sell them as fast as they can pump them out. You know, or
No,
they can't pump them out
as
as fast as they're selling them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he's like, they probably are trying to like get as many out there as possible, but as soon as they make it, it's gone. You know, I'm like,
That's
that's
what they want you
that's
to
a really
believe.
good point too.
Yeah.
Nintendo, you're not
So
fooling
maybe
anyone,
this
dude.
is a thing where I think it could be a shortage, maybe through the summer. Maybe they're not doing the big launch release thing, but it's a shortage that's going to last through the summer up until Black Friday,
Yeah.
where they're going to take from now until then, which is what, another 6 months. They're going to take for 6 months. They're going to be producing the Switches, keep them all, and then once Black Friday and holidays hits, that's when they're going to release them all back into the wild again.
Yeah.
I think that's a total possibility. But it's like, either way, who cares? Because it's like, either you release 5 now or you release 60 later. You know what I mean? So it's like, would you rather release 5 now and have people like be upset and be like, "Oh, why'd you only get 5? That's really stupid." Or just say, "Hey, wait a little bit, you get a ton later,
Hey,
and everybody
this is
can
the
get
thing.
one later.
If you got that chance of getting one of those 5, that's better than nothing right now. Am I right?
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
I
like
don't
the
know.
hunt.
It's totally up to not interpretation, but you know what I mean, opinion. But I don't know.
From what I've seen online, though, they're like sporadically just releasing them. It's like, oh, hey, Toys R Us is gonna have restocks on this.
Yeah,
day,
and, like,
Target.
Do
and
they
Twitter-
actually send out tweets and stuff like that?
not if you follow the right people.
the right people will tell you, and Best Buy is actually really good about their social media about tweeting
Yeah.
stuff out because they did for the
So if you haven't gotten a Switch
NES
yet,
Classic. They tweeted out
Follow
about it.
us.
So follow Best Buy. Don't follow us because I
yeah,
gonna
we're
retweet those
we're
guys.
not gonna
But
retweet that.
Don't follow us.
Follow Best Buy. Follow
follow
Wario
us still,
64.
but, like,
yeah,
for the
yeah,
memes.
yeah, for the meme machine.
memes.
Meme machine.
So that is the that's the word on the street in Nintendo Village.
The Nintendo Treehouse.
I love it.
That's when the
Next up, we
surprises
got
happen.
Platinum Games. You guys know what Platinum Games is?
Bayonet.
Yeah, and like
I didn't
tons
know
of
that.
thousands of other things too. They did do near.
Couldn't beat that
near
final boss.
Autonoma.
Yeah,
They did Transformers. They did an awesome Transformers game.
Devastation.
Yeah, they did.
Really? Was it Devastation they did?
Uh huh.
Game of the year.
And then they also did a TMNT game, which is cool. So they're bringing
Mutants in
the 80s
Manhattan.
back.
Shout out! Mutants in Manhattan is no longer in stores.
What are you talking about?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, not the one they probably made though. But remember the one that just came out maybe like a year or two ago?
Yeah, that's one that they made.
Oh, okay, so that one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's no longer in stores. They had to take it
It's-
off because of some copyright thing with the music or something, I think.
I don't know, but
Is
it's
that ringing
totally in
any
stores
bells?
because
Something where, like, that-
has
How
it,
they
so.
mess up that bad?
Well, no, probably
that should
no,
be
just
new.
no new copies, yeah.
Oh. Dang, so I'm about to buy that though because that's about to be a cellophane special.
eBay exclusive.
There you go.
Game's terrible.
So
though.
anyway, yeah, Platinum Games.
But-
Apparently, they some director or somebody there, some higher up there, has a statement that said that they are in the process of making a formless, shapeless IP for the Nintendo Switch. So in a
Formless, shapeless.
new formless, shapeless IP. So this is a new game.
It's just fair.
But yeah, a formless and shapeless,
just like a
which
ditto,
is such a
just-
weird.
A
Yeah,
ditto.
that's like such a weird phrase.
Yeah.
So like, I wonder like what kind of game it's gonna be. You
Ditto
know?
the game.
But I hope it'll be.
What if they
I hope
made
it's
that
good.
though? Dude?
Ditto the
Ditto
game.
the game.
Ditto
And you
the
They
poke
just made a
it.
Magikarp game, not Platinum, but like Nintendo has a Magikarp iPhone app now. Where all you
Let's
do
talk
is
about that
slash
though.
around.
If you got suggestions for a Ditto game, put them down in the comments below. We'll check them
make
out.
a video response actually to this video.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
can you still do that? Can you still make video responses?
I don't think so.
Make
I
it
don't
happen.
remember
Well,
that.
dang. Hey,
But,
figure
hey,
it out.
do it
You're a
anyways.
smart
Make the
kid.
video, post
you
it
can
below.
do it. I have
We'll
faith
watch
in you.
it. No,
Yeah.
we'll watch it.
We'll watch it. We'll
I'll
figure it
pretend
out.
that I'm gonna watch it. I probably won't.
We'll
but
get him
you
to
can
watch
do it
it.
I'll force him
anyways,
to.
it's
I'll
fine.
actually tape his eyes open, you know, do that real freaky stuff.
Clockwork Orange style.
So yeah, I just think that's cool. Platinum Games saying they're making the Switch game. They did really well with Bayonetta, so it's like, why would you not try and recapture that success, that teamwork with Nintendo?
Ditto the game,
'Cause
yeah.
clearly it works. Make Ditto the game. Next up, we got Mighty Gunvolt Striker Pack, which was actually an awesome 3DS game.
Okay.
It was a 3DS download game. Re-released them. I think there's 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
3 of them. Did you ever play those Mighty Gunvolt games? Oh, well. I think there's 3 of them. They got re-released on as a cartridge. It's a super rare super rare 3DS game.
Okay.
And they're releasing the pack of those 3 3DS games on the Switch to play as like its own little pack. Then there's another game that's coming out that's new, and it's called Mighty Gunvolt Burst, and it is starring number 9 from everybody's favorite
Mighty number 9.
Mighty number 9.
Why should I care?
His name's actually not number 9. I lied.
That's a real question.
His name is Beck. And
Is that like, was that a good movie?
yeah, it was a great movie
Okay, I gotta add that to my watch list
on Netflix.
on Netflix. I'll check it out.
But yeah, so so that's coming out, and it's like a crossover between the Mighty Gunvolt games and the Mighty Number 9 games, made by Inti Creates, who made Mighty Number 9, but who also made the SuperGen favorite personal game of the year for SuperGen.
Persona 5.
Yes, Blaster Master Zero. That's it. I don't know why I blanked on the name. Yes, but they made Blaster Master Zero, so that's gonna be like the style of it. It's gonna be $10 again, and so that's kind of like the style that they're going across. Like, you know, a side-scrolling kind of game, starring Beck from Mighty Number 9. Has the Gunvolt, who's like the main guy from the Gunvolt games, and then rumor is that Call is also gonna be in it, who I believe is Beck's sister from Mighty Number 9. You know, like Beck and Call kind of. Funny thing how Mega Man is like Rockman in Japan. He's rock and roll, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
super fun,
Super
fun little
hilarious.
twist things. So yeah, so that's cool. That's coming. More side scrolling, like classic NES style goodness. I'm all about it. So keep an eye out
Another
for
side-scroller.
that. Yeah, dude, I freaking love side scrollers, so I'm down. Then one of the cool things is that they've announced new colored Joy-Cons. But what's funny,
what colors
What's
are we
that?
talking about?
We are talking about neon green, neon pink combo pack.
Candy pink,
Yeah, puke green.
marshmallow white.
Yeah.
We're talking
Brown peanut butter.
brown, peanut butter
Peanut
brown.
brittle.
Did they announce it for the U.S.?
I don't know. I was gonna lead into that though. Where I don't know if it's coming out to the US.
I'm intrigued by these colors though.
What's that?
He just reset the camera. Let's see what he's
Oh, okay.
I'm intrigued by these
Any more
colors. though.
colors?
That I can think of
Yeah,
right now off the
see
top of my
colors.
head. You know what I would like to see? Just like 2 Joy-Cons on either side of the controller, and like one of them should be like just all green, the other one should be all green, and like the one should have just like a giant yellow deer jumping across it. You know?
I knew. See,
Where did that come from?
It was going. John Deere. But I knew when this was starting, it was going somewhere.
I
good.
actually
get
think
it.
no, it'd be a great concept. I think it'd be super popular, especially within the United States.
Yeah,
Probably.
I knew this was going somewhere good right when you opened your mouth.
Nintendo, give us a
We
call.
like looked at each other and
We
just
need
we
to-
couldn't stop.
So just an idea though. Hit me up if you know.
Need the rights
Right,
to
he'll
that.
he'll
Yeah.
drop us like a hot potato to come create Joy-Con colors
John
for
Deere.
Nintendo for John Deere themed Joy-Con controllers.
So just an idea though.
2 green controllers and a little yellow deer.
I mean,
Oh my God.
I seriously thought it was a good idea.
All right, enough of that.
I don't know why.
We have the real colors are pink and green Splatoon themed colors. Combo pack again. We saw this with the neon red with the neon
Now
blue
here's the
at
thing.
launch.
Let's say I wanted 2 pink ones for both sides. Can I get that?
No, Nintendo's giving a big FU. Now, do you know what the even bigger FU is? Is that this was actually only in the Nintendo Direct that was in
Japan.
Europe.
Oh, Europe.
Yeah, not Japan, not US. These are European Joy-Cons so far. No word if they're coming to the US yet or not. The other thing they announced in this little end of the Direct thing is that the Pro Controller is actually going to be that color too, where the grips are going to be neon green, neon pink on one side, and then there's little splats across
I
like,
only
the
want
body
the
of the
John Deere
controller.
controller.
That's
That's
all I
pretty
want.
sweet, though. I like that.
Dude,
I can't
somebody,
get my mind
somebody
around
out there, one of you creative people, custom make that and send it in to us, and we'll feature it in every single episode.
I'll use it.
Ever of this show. So I think that's really cool, though. I like that they're coming out with more colors of Joy-Cons. Hopefully we get that John Deere one soon.
Yeah.
But it's just cool because it's like awesome. This is gonna work. We're getting the yellow ones for arms. We're gonna get all of these in here. So I'm really excited for that. Any more
Colors you got up
ideas?
there.
Any more anything
For
to add? I'm about to end the news here and swing into our topic. So
okay, if I think of something, I'll tell you guys.
all right, yeah, just interrupt
All right.
me whenever
Yeah.
you come up with it.
Okay.
Last little bits of news. We're gonna talk about some Pokemon Go, and they won a tons of awards. No surprise. At some random like indie award show, something for apps, and
What was the name of the award show?
I don't remember, some random indie thing for apps.
Okay. Cool.
And the cool thing about them is that your acceptance speech has to be 5 words or less.
Okay.
So that way you don't have like, the Leonardo DiCaprios who go on and on and on about global warming and all this useless fake stuff. And so what the guy for Pokemon Go Plus. Yes. Why did nobody else react to that?
No, because I can
Hey,
only
I'm
think about
just-
John Deere. I can't get
Oh
John
my
Deere
God.
off the mind right now.
I'm just learning these things from our Lord and Savior President Donald Trump.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on. Anyway, yeah, so what this is like the head.
All right, we're gonna have to cut out all this right here.
No, that was
I'm
great.
just gonna have a little deer jump through.
No, so what this was like the marketing lead for Niantic. His words were this summer will be legendary.
Okay.
Those were his 5 words. The only important word in there is legendary because people have been hankering for some legendary Pokemon in
yeah.
Pokemon Go. And so the
We're
fact
gonna have
that
to go, like, Mesa
he
Verde?
chooses that, what's
All right,
that?
are we
Are
gonna
we
see
gonna
a?
Go ahead.
Are we gonna see a return of Shaman to this?
Dude, I hope so, man. But we're
Best
probably going to get
legendary.
the 3 birds and Mewtwo like they promised a
Dumb.
year ago. So,
But here's the thing: are you
Yeah.
gonna be able to find them anywhere, or are you gonna have to go to special
dude, I have
spots?
no idea. They haven't said anything.
Yeah,
They
are
haven't
we gonna
even
have to
said.
get
They
your
haven't
plane
even said if
ticket
this
to
means
China?
the
Are we
legendary.
gonna see Jirachi?
things. No, maybe actually.
Yeah,
'cause that
maybe.
was Gen 2.
And
so
Celebi?
it's possible. Oh, Jirachi, no, it was Gen 3. My bad.
Cerebi?
Celery.
So anyway, that's kind of what it looks like.
Celery colored Joy Cons.
It'd be awesome.
And if you
Either
lick 'em,
way,
they taste like
Celebi it.
anything else?
What?
Um, So anyway, that's cool. I still play Pokemon Go all the time, so that's exciting for me. That's exciting for the other people who spend $2 million every day on it.
Yeah.
So,
2 million every day.
yeah, that's what they make still.
Oh,
$2 million
really?
every single day. Pokemon
Wow.
Go. Yeah, insane.
Only 2 million?
Yeah, right. God,
nothing.
what would we do with that? That's just like a drop in the bucket, you know.
Yeah, I know. For real.
But yeah, anyway, so that's cool. This summer will be legendary. Spinning off of that, Pokemon Go. Also, just wanted to throw and reiterate the Pokemon Go has been beat like financially since we were just talking about their financials
In terms
by
of
just
apps?
Nintendo. Yeah, just like Nintendo, like everything that they're doing is like doing, I think, financially really well, which is crazy. It's like you wouldn't think that Nintendo's apps would be like a huge money source for them.
Oh
but,
man, I would
but it
knew
is.
from the very beginning that they would be. I mean,
Really?
Well,
I
I mean,
didn't think they would be. I think that
dude, when they announced that they were gonna make a Pokemon app, you knew that everyone's gonna download it and play it. I mean,
yeah,
seriously.
but I knew they'd play
Like
it, but like I thought it was gonna be more along the lines of like what Super Mario Run was, where it was like, yeah, tons of people downloaded
Run.
it, but did you pay the $10 for it?
no.
Did you pay the $10 for
No.
it? I didn't. Did anybody else pay the $10 for it?
The thing is,
No.
Pokemon's a little bit different.
Exactly.
And just the fact that people are capable of going out, interacting with these Pokemon, being able to catch them, and collectathons.
So you think the
People love
interactive part of
collectathons.
it and like the real world part of it
Yeah.
is
And
what
the
makes it
fact-
different than
and
like a typical
the
app
and the
game.
way that you can connect to other people and you can compete with people that you don't know and things like that.
No, collectathon's a big word. It's rewarding too. Like, let's say it's perfect because you need Pokeballs. You're gonna go outside. You're gonna try to get whatever Pokemon you want. I'm out of Pokeballs. It's so easy just to be like, click, click, click. I'm gonna buy a few more.
Yeah.
And that was perfect what they did with that. Because there's no way they could do that with Mario Run. Let's say it was life based.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what, you're not as tempted to get more lives as you are like more Pokeballs. So Pokemon Go had the best strategy with that. Even Fire Emblem, like it's Fire Emblem is not as good as Pokemon, but it's better than Mario Run.
Sure.
'Cause it's-
And better than Miitomo.
Because you're getting
they
random
did it
characters,
right.
which you have to buy
I like
orbs for.
Miitomo. No, they did it right with Miitomo as well too. I think just like you make any kind of app with Nintendo, it has to be social.
Okay.
Like it has to be.
Miitomo
You
was
have to
very
be able to
social. It was very based on
You have to-
social. But
yeah,
you had
you
to
have
have
to-
you had to have friends for it to be like even any kind of beneficial.
Yeah, which-
And that was a problem.
And that's the
Obviously,
thing is-
these guys don't have. Me, on the other hand, I have tons of friends. But
Yeah, I have
You go
zero.
to the tractor
No, I have
shows.
like 6 Miitomo friends, but
But- yeah,
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 real life friends. So that's
So
that's a
that
plus,
counts
dude.
for
I'm
something.
moving up in the world, right?
But no, seriously though, like for Miitomo, that game was, I think, a great step in the right direction for Nintendo. I think they really did a good job with that. I would like to see them do more things like that. Actually,
Hopefully, yeah. The
Believe
work.
it, like I mean, I know that you guys were probably not super into it.
I never downloaded Miitomo.
What
honestly.
Miitomo? I was for a little bit, and Maggie, my girlfriend, actually
I would like to
still
see-
plays every single day to get her daily bonus.
I would like to see them take like
Wow.
aspects of Tamagotchi life, put it into Miitomo as well too.
Tomodachi Life right there.
There it is, dude.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think their app game is very strong. Speaking of Pokemon Go too, I want to spin this into what our topic of the show this week is Pokemon,
Yeah.
but more specifically, last year was the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, the release of Pokemon. What did that mean to you? So Ryan and I were talking off the air a few days ago, where he's talking about, he's like, Pokemon 20th anniversary didn't really do a whole lot, and then me on the other hand, I thought it was great. I bought into a bunch of it. I thought it was like a super cool like year-long event that they did. So we kind of wanted to go a little bit more in depth on what that is. Like, what did like last year's like huge Pokemon anniversary mean to you?
I want to know personally,
So-
and then what you think in general. Because for me, I was like just looking through my room, and it's like, oh, there's like the Volcanion card and another of the mythical cards, and I'm like, why did I even get these?
You guys are asking me like what it meant to me. Only thing I remember with the anniversary that they did was like the special Pikachu.
Yeah, plush.
The
Wait, what do you mean special Pikachu?
Well, I remember the 3DS
yeah, they
that
did.
they had.
They did. Yep.
But I honestly, I don't know what it might have been for the release of Black and White. I just remember they like came around like all the malls in the U.S. and they was that for the.
But this wasn't last year. We're just talking last year.
Oh, okay.
'Cause they did-
Yeah,
Because
because
what happened
last
was,
year was
yeah.
last year was when anything Pokemon that came out, they had it branded and like everything with Pokemon 20 on it.
No, and every month there was a new plush, new action.
Yeah, every month. So they went through 11
legendaries.
legendaries. It
Yeah.
started in February because February 27th is Pokemon Day.
Are they still doing event Pokemon?
That should have ended.
Yeah, sort of, kind of.
Sorta, kinda.
So they still do it,
Like
so
you
you
can
can,
still
like-
people will come into GameStop and you have like cards that we give out. So like right now is like a Lycan Rock Midnight.
Oh,
Farm
so it's
thing.
not like you
So
just
pass
connect
the
to
card
like
over
another DS in the GameStop and you download.
Not
it
like
through-
that anymore.
Wait, so there's
That
cards
is
right
so
now? at GameStop?
sad.
What's that?
There's cards right now at GameStop?
Yep.
I-
You can go in and get for Lycan Rock
Dude,
Midnight Farm.
you know what? I remember
Level 50.
didn't
I
even know.
remember from back when, oh man, in high school, a bunch of nerds. We like went to Toys R Us, and it was like in the early morning, just the Arceus, like me and a group of friends, and it was just a great memory. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. 'Cause
The Arceus memory.
Dude,
Going
I
down-
love
going
the
down
Arceus
memory
is
trail.
original, the personal touch.
Yeah, no,
It's good.
and then we all got it. We were like, yeah, dude, I just got this super rare, and like I guess that thing's like worth money now too. That original Arceus, like
Sell
the
your digital Arceus.
digital
Right.
Arceus.
Hey, there's like I could sell my PS4 that has PT on it for like $1,000 or something.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, PT. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is not really a Pokemon, but
Yeah,
about
there were like
selling
people
digital stuff
There were people that were offering money for me to me at one time
For
for,
you, offering
for
money for you.
Pokérus, dude.
Trying to say,
They just
dude.
wanted a Pokemon with Pokérus.
Dude, that's insane.
What was the going rate of Pokerus back then?
It was like $5.
Nice.
Dang,
Yeah.
dude.
You should just
People
infect
are
your
obsessed with
entire
Right,
party.
dude,
I-
just
they all were,
Dude,
yeah.
just make all your Pokemon sick with that uncurable
Pokérus, yeah.
disease, man. You know,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Not enough to make them battling
The
each other,
HPV of
you know?
Pokemon.
Right, wonderful.
There should be vaccinations.
But yeah, so then to me, so that was kind of Ryan's experience with it. And then for me last year was like, it started in February, and every month until December, like there was a new legendary. They call it like the mythical Pokemon, whatever.
Yeah.
Every month. So February was Mew, and then it just went through the generations until you got to the end. December was Meloetta, who is from Black and White. And then they didn't do any of the legendaries or anything from X and Y. And
'Cause
then
it sucked.
as we know, Sun and Moon also launched last year. But it was like last year seriously was the year of Pokemon. That's when we got, on February 27th, we got the re-releases of the original Pokemon games, Red, Blue, and Yellow, on 3DS digitally, which was awesome. And then we got the brand new generation of Pokemon with Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
We got Pokemon Go. We had the whole Pokemon trading card line that got so many other like old Pokemon fans into Pokemon. It was called the Generations line. And it was the original base set of Pokemon cards that came out in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
They re-released a bunch of them and made this whole new set with them. So it was like the original artwork, the original style, all that stuff.
And we all know what's coming up next. Pokemon Snap. Heard
That would
it
be
here-
good, though.
heard
I
it here
can't wait,
first.
dude. That'd be perfect on the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh no, if it was on your phone?
You already have that with
Oh,
Pokemon
no.
Go.
Pictures.
Pokemon Go already is that, though. It's
No,
your-
but
your
like
own
instead
form
of catching
Snap.
Pokemon, you take pictures of them.
You can do that in Pokemon Go.
What? You take pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Like if you screenshot? No, I'm
No.
saying like go
I'll-
on.
I'll show you.
no.
I'm gonna log in,
Dude,
but I'm also
I'm
gonna
telling you
talk.
right now. I already have a vision for this app. Okay, so
Okay.
you're like, say like, okay, I want to take a walk from
Okay.
here over to the lake, right?
Yeah.
And you like route like your path and
Uh-huh.
everything like that, and you just go for a walk. And during your walk, you are just like taking pictures. You know, and the app tells you not to stop walking. You know, you have to keep walking. You know.
Why do you have to keep
Well,
walking?
I mean, unless you come to like a road, in which case
No,
should
you have to
probably
keep
stop.
walking. You have to keep walking.
Okay, minus that part.
Disregard all signs, traffic lights, anything.
But yeah, no, like, and you have to keep, taking pictures of these Pokemon, and then once you get to the end of it, you
Damn.
go back into Professor Oak's little portal,
Okay.
and then you get like a final score, like as to how like your
Pictures were.
pictures were. Yeah, dude. So there might be like Pidgeys or Fearos like flying up above you, and you got to take pictures of them.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a good idea.
No, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a really good idea.
I think it is. I totally agree. I'm just saying Pokemon Go, if a Pokemon would load in here, I'd click on it and show you that you can do pretty much exactly what you just described. But
No, I like his idea better though.
yeah,
Sorry.
yours is a little bit more in depth, and I like it. I also
But
want
if
to
you-
throw out that at the library down the street, there's a wild Kabutops down there.
Oh,
which is,
shoot, dude.
Damn, so I'm going to end this podcast right now because I don't have one yet. So
Oh no, are you
I'll be
serious?
right back. Yeah.
What?
Wait, I'm gonna
No,
build
not
on your
serious.
app though. I think it should be like you could set it at quarter mile, half a mile, mile, or however in
Yeah.
increments like that, where it's technically like an exercise app too. But as you're walking around, you're taking that,
Yeah.
and you have leaderboards, friend scores for that
Yeah.
same thing.
Oh, yeah.
that would
Totally
be cool.
agree. You could
I hate
make-
to
you
say
could
it,
make
I would
Pokemon
play
Snap
that
its own
more
app.
than Pokemon Go. Probably.
Probably
No, I
not
don't
because
know.
it would murder your battery. And
What?
Yeah, because having
Yeah,
to
it
use
would
your
be
camera,
very
your camera has to be
intensive.
involved, your GPS
Yeah,
has
an
to be
iPhone,
involved, all that has to be involved. Dude, iPhone batteries are awful. Google Pixel's where it's at.
Mine's
Anyway, but But yeah, so Pokemon 20th anniversary, I bought into a bunch of it. I have every single plush that they released, all the little mini plastic figures that they released, tons and tons of the cards that they released, all in binders, all numbered, all everything. Bought the games, bought both versions of the new games, bought red and yellow version again, you know.
Yeah.
Bought tons of this stuff. So it's just like, it's just awesome how it's like one person can look at it like Ryan did, and it's like, oh man, there was, you know, this event was going on, and I just kind of, you know, why did I even buy this stuff? Like the hype died down, and it's like, oh man, I fell victim to the hype. And it was cool while it lasted, but now it's nothing. But then there's me who's like, I have them all on my shelf. Like, they look really nice. I'm pumped that I have them all. Yeah. It's like a complete collection for me, and that's just so cool. So, I don't know. I just thought it was super interesting that, like...
Couple things to say, though.
You can have different opinions. Yeah, what's up?
Fall Victim, good Alkaline Trio song, but that's besides the point.
Yeah,
but no,
Matt Skiba's a chump.
No, okay.
Yes.
But I have two ways of looking at this. One way of just personally where it's like, hey, I went to GameStop to get all those cards. Because remember, like, Genesect was kind of rare at first because GameStops weren't getting them. And I remember at first people were selling some of the cards on eBay, like Mew and all that. Yeah, that was after the fact. You got them later and all that. But, like, it was cool and kind of getting back into it. I redeemed them, but I didn't play the games anymore. And even when I go back to think of Sun and Moon, it's like, I only played a couple hours of Moon. You know, like when I was watching the previews and everything, I really wanted to get into it, but I just didn't get into it like I did. However, I think there's the opposite spectrum, too, where we especially talked with Pokemon Go, how it's like all the Pokemon noobs came back out. Like all these people who weren't into it were now like, oh, I love Pokemon. So it did, like, reinvigorate that aspect of it.
And it brought people back together, you know, ultimately what Pokemon used to do for us as children, and I like that aspect about it. So
the link cables.
Dude, I miss the link cables.
I know.
Link my cable
God.
to your Pokemon?
Yeah.
Link your cable to your Pokemon?
Link
you want to be one with the Pokemon?
Link my cable to your Game Boy Daddy. All right.
I want to wrap this up right now. This is going too crazy, but give me your favorite Pokemon memory of all time, and we're just going to go down the line.
Does it have to do with Pokemon Go?
No.
I'll never forget when I was in the bathroom.
I would have said
Target.
Pokemon Go memory. Just give
I was
me
in the
Pokemon.
bathroom at Target, and there was like a Rattata there, and I was like sitting on the toilet.
That's your favorite memory of Pokemon of all time.
It might be.
Is playing Pokemon Go while taking a dump.
Okay, no,
and
I'll do
catching
this.
a
Back
Rattata.
when I was in
I
elementary
got
school.
mine.
Okay, wait.
I can't wait.
Couple times, like
I
in
really wanna
elementary
hear this.
school.
Yeah.
When you trade cards and everything, and it was like banned though, like stuff like that.
God,
I'll
I remember
remember
that, yep.
that, and I'll remember like the cards and everything. Blah blah blah. That was cool. But I also remember I had a friend back then who had Mew on his Game Boy, and that was like he was the only person who everybody knew who had and everything. And somehow I got it from him. The Mew. And I don't know where he got it.
What game was it?
Blue and red, like those.
Oh.
He had Mew way back in the day when those were the only ones that were out. I don't know how he got it or whatever.
And he traded you the Mew?
I somehow got the Mew from
Or did
him.
you steal the game from him?
No.
The game cartridge.
I definitely got
and you
the trade.
switched it with yours.
We had the same piano teacher, and somehow we just connected there.
Piantissima?
Yeah, the same piano teacher.
Yeah.
But no. But I got the Mew from him back in the day when it was only like blue and red were around.
Nice.
I don't remember how I did it, but I'll never forget.
Damn,
getting that
you
to
had
him
to
and being like,
glitch that in there
great.
too. That was like super like.
I feel, he had like an
hacking
excuse
of
like,
the
yo, I
game.
have somebody who went to Japan. You could get it out in Japan.
Yeah, dude.
But
it
he
was like something crazy, like
yeah.
hack, like crazy stuff.
He was
You could,
into
like
stuff like that.
hijack this truck and like move a truck in the game, and Mew was like hidden.
And
in
missing
the truck.
nose hiding.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, I
stuff.
definitely remember getting Mew back in the day when like nobody else did that.
That's
It was
awesome.
really cool.
That's good. That's a good memory.
Is that better than the?
That's better. That's better than catching rats while taking a dump.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Fair
for
enough.
me, it's just seriously like a trip down nostalgia lane. For me, like my best memory of it, I just like look back on like the first time I ever held a Game Boy Color or a Game Boy in my hands, and it wasn't mine yet at that time, and it was my friend's, and I remember
Yet.
I seriously
Was it
still
Alex's?
no, it wasn't. But I still remember to this day the moment that I first started playing Pokemon, and it's so weird. Like you know how like you always have like those like little snapshots of your life. Like
Yeah.
oh man, I just remember this exact moment. I was at a restaurant and it was at night, and like
This is so generic. I can tell the same
No.
story, but keep going.
it was at night. I remember it was at night because I remember seeing like I don't remember
There
what
was a
restaurant.
shooting star.
But there was a green glow from the sign of the restaurant coming down.
John Deere Green.
And like my friend and his family was there with my family.
That's good. That's going up.
My friend and his family was there, and my friend, he let me play his Game Boy for a minute. And like I remember he handed it to me, and I was standing. I got up and I like because my family, they were checking out and everything like that, and he let me play it for a second. And then we're walking out of the restaurant and everything. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm playing it like next to a window of the restaurant, and I still remember the window was like right here in front of me, and my eyes were just glued to it playing
Did you
it.
put your
And I
forehead
just
on the
remember-
window for the
I
coldness?
thought it was the most amazing thing in the world that I could just like go into these buildings, any buildings I want, walk through this grass, encounter these monsters and stuff. At that point, I had no idea what I was doing, so I was just smashing A the whole time, and like, good thing it wasn't like growl that was like the first option.
Tackle.
But no, I just remember that. I just remember like being up like really late at night under my blankets, so you had your little Game Boy light.
Oh,
worm
yeah,
light,
little
little worm light that
light
was currently up.
that would extend over it and things, and I just remember sitting there just playing that for hours.
That's good.
I remember for the longest time I wanted to catch an Abra, and I could never do it. And then I remember my mom was pushing me in a cart. This was this long ago, and I was just sitting in the cart playing the game. And I don't remember where we were, but I remember finally catching it in that cart.
Yeah.
And I was so
We got to
happy.
go back and
I, like,
find
freaked
that
out.
cart.
Yeah, that exact
What store
cart.
was that?
And we got to include it in the set. Just like put it right here.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to piggyback on that too and say when I got, it was either blue or red. I don't remember which one, but my brother got it. And then we had the Super Game Boy on the Super Nintendo.
Ooh.
Pop that thing in there. I remember I could not figure out how to leave the original bedroom. It
Really?
took so, yeah, we were just
walk
like
down the
walking
stairs?
around. It was like so weird. And then to leave the house and everything too, because like the carpet was there, but like I was so young, you couldn't comprehend that. You were just like in a square and everything was like so new and I just couldn't leave.
Oh,
And then we figured it
okay.
out.
This is another thing too for me is that so the first time I ever played Pokemon, it was like in that restaurant and everything, right? Well, the first time I played my own Pokemon game, it was Pokemon Blue.
It was
and
last week.
I remember no,
At
I
the same
remember
restaurant.
We need to go to this restaurant and find the carts.
I don't remember what restaurant. It's driving me nuts. But then I went down to this river, and there was a river actually behind one of my houses that I used to live in as a kid. And like I remember sitting on the bank and like the sun just shining through the trees, and I was sitting there just playing Pokemon. It was like seriously just such
You
a
were
good
one
memory.
with nature at that moment.
Yeah, no. Well, I was in love with Pokemon at that moment. I remember
True love.
But like all true loves, there had to be a breakup.
Yeah, I know. Right?
I guess that's maybe next week's topic.
next week's topic.
Next week's
when I
topic, worst
broke-
breakup with a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
no, it was seriously Pokemon. It definitely affected me. Just got really deep. Like all this.
Where did the Pokemon touch you?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you need the doll?
Do you need masking tape? All right, hit us with your good memories.
All right, so my memory with Pokemon, my best probably is also one of my first, but not the first. The first memory I have with Pokemon, I remember I got my cousin. He's a lot older than me. I think he's like 31 now or something, and he had a Game Boy Pocket, and so it was the black one, but those were still in black and white, you know.
Oh yeah.
And he had that, and he had some other games with it, and he had Pokemon Red version. And so for whatever reason, he's like who I got all my video games, like my original video games for. Like I got an original NES from him that had the Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt cart, and it had the TMNT arcade game cart, and that's where my love of TMNT started. Actually,
Yeah, I
was
remember
from
you
playing
saying
that
that.
game.
Yep.
So I think I've told that story here before, and I may have told this other story here before, but whatever.
Tell it again.
Right, just now you'll really know. And so anyway,
Oh wait, no, you didn't, because when we got to the handheld part, you're like, that'll be a different day, so this will be fresh material.
Oh,
I remember
awesome.
now, so go
cool.
for it.
So he gives me his Game Boy Pocket, has red version. I think it only had red version is all I had, or that's all I cared about. If there were other games, I don't remember. But I remember getting that, and it had red version, and I started a new game, and I played it, and I went through. I didn't start a new game. I just kept going with his file, and he had all these awesome Pokemon, and I thought that was so cool, and I just eventually figured out all this stuff, and it was just like it was just red version, so it was super basic, But I was so young at the time that I didn't know, like you guys both said in
How to
parts of
leave
it,
the
where it's like you had no idea what you were even doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm walking around. and I was
Bulbasaur was A.
yeah, I walked around Victory Road, I think, because he'd already beaten it, all this stuff, and I had no idea what was going on, battling all these awesome Pokemon are coming out. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what this is. I think the show was on at the time, and I thought that was super cool. My birthday was soon, so I had that for maybe a month, and then my birthday happens, and that's when I get my first pack of Pokemon cards. And I remember that when I opened it, the first card that I had that was on top, which I think I dropped them and put them back together, which is why this was on top. Was a holographic Venusaur card.
Ooh.
And that's what I attribute as my very first Pokemon card that I got, because it was right on the top of the pack. was a holographic Venusaur. And then I ended up trading it away like a few years later because I didn't know anything about it. And I'm trading it away for like a Mewtwo or something like that. So it was like still a good trade, but it was like,
Do you end up going back and buying?
No.
You still don't have one?
Oh, I have one now. Yeah,
Okay.
like later. For
That's
for,
so
like, for the
sad, though.
collection.
Like,
I know,
you just-
but that was like my favorite card. That was my number one card.
Like,
and
you
then,
ever
like, I
wonder,
didn't even
like, in
think
your
about
mind,
it.
like, where is that Pokemon card now? You know?
Yeah,
It
dude,
could
it's got to be in a dumpster because I know the kid who I traded it to probably does not care at all about Pokemon
Yeah.
anymore. And I think he had doubles of this Mewtwo card, which is why he gave it. And he was like so a
Ancient Mewtwo.
shyster.
That's just so sad
And
to
so,
think that.
yeah, I know. And so, yeah, so like that was cool, and like so I played that, and then I remember, so that's what ingrained Pokemon in me. So like I had that, and it was Pokemon, and it was great.
You had the Pokerus sense in there.
I
like,
did.
Yeah.
So then, for my next birthday, so then flash forward a year, I kind of forget about the Pokemon the game, but I'm still like into the show, into the cards and stuff like that. I get an N64 for that Christmas, I think, and I get Pokemon Snap with it.
Stadium.
And so
Stadium,
like that
boy.
goes, and I didn't get Stadium, but I go with that. Oh, also speaking of Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon trading cards, I remember when I would battle with people, and this was another stupid thing. I battled them, but you remember when you like would defeat a Pokemon in Pokemon Stadium, and it would do like that weird like faint
Yeah,
animation,
like,
like
it just,
pass out. Yeah, and like I remember for some weird reason, Vileplumes stuck with me. And what it does is when you beat it in Pokemon Stadium, it like jumps up and like deflates.
I
and,
think I know what you're talking
falls
about.
down
Oh,
like
yeah,
this.
I know.
And then all it is like, you know how it's got like the big red petals around its head, and it just kind of like lays on the ground, and that's all it is. It's just the petals. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, that's awesome. So remember, I was playing with a different cousin. He's more, my age. And I was playing with him at my grandma's house when we were playing Pokemon cards, and I had a Vileplume card. He beats it. And I'm like, dude, watch this. So I pick up the card, I throw it in the air, and then it like kind of like floats down or whatever. I catch it like this, and then I fold it up into fourths and
my
like slam it on
God.
the ground, and then I step on it and like to smash it to get it as flat as can be. And I'm just like looking back and like having that memory. I'm like, God, I was a stupid kid.
Was it holographic?
And it wasn't. I don't remember if Vileplume was holographic. I know it was rare though. I know it had the
Yeah, it
star.
was, yeah.
And I was like, crap. I'm like, he beat me so that much. I'm like, dude, this is so cool. This is what they do in the video game. So I just folded up the card. But anyway,
We all did stupid shit.
yeah, and it was
crap
just,
like
it was,
that,
but
so.
it's fun, It's whatever. You're a dumb kid. So then my real favorite Pokemon memory is when later. So then that Christmas after I got Red version was the N64. Flash forward a whole nother year to my birthday again. I get a Game Boy Color, the see-through purple that I still actually have to this day. It's the only system that and my PS4 are the only systems
PS4, that doesn't count.
I know that I have that I've never traded in and like eventually
Really?
rebought. Yeah, so like the NES my mom ended up throwing away. The GameCube I traded in for something else, and then I bought another
Yeah,
one
that's
back.
a
Same
good
with the
one.
Wii. Same with the Wii. No, Wii U actually. I've had my Wii U since I bought my original Wii U. Had that one. Never sold that. So Wii U, PS4, and Game Boy Color. But like Game Boy Advance, like I had the white Game Boy Advance that was like octagular or whatever.
Yeah.
Sold that. Sold the Game Boy SP, like original DS. Everything. Traded everything into either GameStop or the Exchange.
Why? I
'Cause
think I did the
just
same thing,
never
and I
wanted it, and it's just like I
reaccumulated.
never
That's what
did,
I
and
was
then I
thinking about.
rebuy it again, and I do that with everything though.
I have
but
like my OG GameCube. I still have my OG Game Boy.
Yeah, I don't have
Game
any
Boy
of that.
Color. I saw my OG Game Boy is right over there in that case.
yeah, like that's the only thing. It was the Game Boy Color that was atomic purple, and you could see through it. And I eventually lost the back for it, and for years I never had the back until I'm like, oh yeah, eBay's a thing. And I went on eBay, looked for the back, and you can buy them for like $1.50 or something.
Yeah.
It was an atomic purple see-through back,
God,
clipped it right on the back.
$1.50.
and
Imagine
there
that
it is.
nowadays.
I'm like, that's awesome. So I'm like, cool. So I got it. So now it's a complete package again. Whatever.
Yeah.
But got that for my birthday. My mom, bless her soul, didn't know that I had to have a game to play with it.
Oh.
It didn't come with a game. So I was like, Mom, this is great. Thanks for buying this for me. But I don't have any games to play with
Yeah.
it. And she's like, okay, well, we'll go tomorrow because
Whoever sold it that Game Boy
I
completely
know, it was
failed.
a jerk. I know,
Like,
and
yeah.
it was at that at Target. And
I still remember the games I first got. It was like Kirby.
Army Man.
What?
Army Man.
that was your first Game Boy
Army
game.
Man.
No, I had Army Man though.
Oh.
I had Kirby. I had Tetris.
Tetris was like the
Yeah,
best selling
Tetris was
game
like
on the
OG.
thing.
Yeah.
I had Castlevania, whatever the original game
I had
was.
Castlevania.
I never
There was one
did.
it
I
was,
never
though.
heard any of those
Super
good ones.
Mario Land.
Yeah.
That, I eventually got that later, and that was awesome. But so we ended up. She's like, okay, we'll go tomorrow because this was late at night.
Little
Everything was
Mermaid.
closed. She's like, we'll go tomorrow and we'll pick something out for you. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're going and we're looking, and I see that there was Pokemon Gold and Silver, and I'm like, I want one of those. And she's like, no. I was like, are you kidding me? Like,
Because it's Pokemon.
No, just because she didn't know. She didn't know what it was, and she's like, okay, whatever. Like, no, don't want that. I think it was expensive because it was like right when they had just come out. So I think it was expensive, and she's like, no, that's too much. Blah, blah. So I think we get like a $20 Tomb Raider game. And so I get Tomb Raider, and this, I swear to God, was the hardest game I've ever played in my entire life.
I think I know which one.
And it was the 1-4 game with color.
Scroller?
Yeah.
I
eventually found it again at the exchange when I started working at the exchange, and I bought it, and I'm like, this was my original game, but like, this is my first Game Boy game. I need to buy this and just like replay it.
Yeah.
Went through, replayed it. It's the easiest fucking thing. Like, oh my God. But as a kid, I could not beat this. So then, flash forward a few months.
Isn't that funny? Like how that happens.
I know, like how hard it was as a kid, and then
That's
now
like
it's
all-
super
Like
easy.
it's like
But
dog,
everything.
it's like
every
Donkey
game.
Kong Country. Like I could not beat that game, and now it's like
Yeah, now it's like
I
nothing.
breeze
Yeah.
through it. Yeah.
And so
It's like the lockers though when you go back to school and they were like so big and then you go and they're like,
oh yeah, now they're nothing. Or
Yeah.
like when you were like in pre-K or something, you're looking at the 8th graders, and the 8th graders look like they can like touch the sky,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you're in 8th grade and you're like, I don't feel that tall.
Yeah.
You know. But so anyway, yeah. Flash forward a few months. I'm like, you know what? I really want Pokemon. I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna get my own money for it.
Yeah.
So my dad's a mechanic, owns his own business. He's the only one who works there. I'm like, Dad, I'm gonna come to work with you. You pay me. And then, like, I'm going to come and clean tools, put tools away, stuff like that. So I do that for, like, months, right? Eventually get up enough money. I'm like, Dad, take me to Target.
What did he
right
give you, like
now.
$1 an hour?
No, it was
Months?
something. He gave me every
And you worked
time.
5 hours
but
a week?
The thing
A
is,
quarter?
is that I went, like, on Saturdays because obviously I was in school because I'm a grade school kid. And so I went only on, like, Saturday mornings I would go. And then he'd, like, always buy me, like, McDonald's for lunch or, like, we'd get pizza or something
like,
for
that's
lunch.
coming out of
And
the
it was
paycheck.
super fun. And it wasn't, but
Let's
it was
use
just fun. So
memories,
it was, like, good. It was, like, a good, you know, dad experience. And, so he'd pay me, and it was like $20 every Saturday. So it was like $20 every week. And totally didn't know how much Pokemon was, so I just kept all this money. I think I had like $100, and I was like ready to go spend $100 on Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so I go to Target, and I'm like, hey, I want Pokemon. And the guy goes, which one? And then I was like, oh no, I'm faced with this decision. Like, silver or gold, which do I pick? Naturally, I picked gold. Come to find out, like everybody else in the world picked silver. And everybody talks about how silver's
I
like,
would've
that's
picked-
what-
I
I'm like
personally would
you're
pick
all
silver.
stupid. I went with gold. You
Gold.
went with gold. That's awesome.
I
And then
went
my
with
cousin, who I didn't know until later, actually went and got a Pokemon game too. Got silver, so it all worked out. We both had the different versions.
it's
It was
better
great.
than Lugia.
So, and I totally
Heracross.
agree. So I get Pokemon Gold. First game I ever bought with my own money. Worked for it. Worked my butt off for it. Bought
Cleaning
it.
tools.
Cleaning tools. Hey, as a grade
Eat
school
McDonald's.
kid, dude, it was hard work. But I like went and like,
Don't you-
that's when I learned this is what money does. Money gets you the things you want. You can't rely on mom and dad to get you the stuff that you want because one, they have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
And two, it's like it feels so much better for me to spend my own money on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I can buy it myself. You know what I mean? Like I have my own disposable income. So
Although I don't like spending money nowadays.
I know
'cause
now
it
kind of sucks,
it's
but as a
like-
kid, growing up as a kid,
yeah.
like it felt good to be like,
Gotta
yes,
pay
sir,
rent.
Here's this money for my game, and then I get it, take it home. I remember I had the box. I was so excited to take it out, put it in. Then came the worst memory I ever have tied to a video game, where I put the game in, flick it on, loads up. I see the awesome colors. Like this is my first time I've played Pokemon in color. It was beautiful. Click A, new game and options are your only options. I click new game. First thing that pops up, Professor Elm pops up. So I was talking to you. You a boy or girl? I'm a boy, you idiot. Like,
Yeah,
of
come
course.
on.
Why is this even an
Obviously.
option? So I pick boy. What's your name? So I type in Joe. All right. And I click OK.
And your
And then-
adventure's about to begin.
And then he says, all right, Joe, your adventure's about to begin. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God. My character's name is Joe? I'm like, that's such a stupid name. I didn't want to name my character after myself.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. I want to give him a cool name.
Yeah.
So, and I had no idea that you could turn it off and turn it back on and go do new game again. So for my entire first playthrough of Pokemon, I was Joe playing through Pokemon. And I'm like, oh my
That's
God,
sweet,
this is
dude.
awful. I hated it. Like, I
That is
hated
good.
being myself
think-
in the game.
I
And
could
even
never-
to this day, I hate it.
I could never name my guy Christian just because it's such a long name. Like it's like eight.
about Chris?
It's 8 characters long.
What about
And
Chrissy?
What about
I
Christ?
didn't like the name Chris. Yeah, no. I don't.
Christ?
I think I named myself CJ for some reason.
It's a badass
I don't.
name.
Yeah, CJ, dude.
So, yeah.
because
so-
my middle name starts with a J, so
Julius?
Okay.
yeah, Julius. Actually,
that really your middle
Yeah,
No, it's not.
it's not.
I'm gonna throw this memory out there too, though.
Yeah.
Is like,
God,
obviously-
memory lane episode.
no, obviously
Dang.
you play Game Boys most like when you're not home on the go, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
And I'll remember like getting to where's Ghastly at Haunt or like the what's that place called? In like the original Pokemon's where the ghosts are.
Oh,
Yeah, Lavender Town. You're going through like the one place with all the dead Pokemon.
Yeah,
the Cubone
yeah.
And I'm getting like to the end, and I'm like, oh man, I'm getting far. And you know, it's like, all right, we gotta go in the store now. And you're like, I can't save right now. Like,
oh my
god,
yes, I have that all the time. And like, I remember my mom, like, I'd be playing it at home, and I'd be playing upstairs in my bedroom, and you were just playing. And I'd be, Joe, come down for dinner. Yeah, in a minute. No, right now, get down, Mom.
And you couldn't
I'm
charge it. It was just
saving.
batteries.
And like, I remember yelling down the stairs multiple times, Mom, I can't. I'm saving. Like, if they just never understood,
but it's
man.
better now because you can plug it into a charger now compared to if your batteries die. You only pop
exactly.
it down, put them back
But then
in.
your battery, you could tell on, especially on the game, was the battery would get like dimmer and dimmer as your battery started to die. So as soon as it would get like super dim, like, oh crap, I gotta save. Hopefully it doesn't die in the middle of save. But yeah, so that was
and then it dies in the middle of
best
save, it's corrupted, it's
and
done.
then it's over, right? And you gotta buy a new game. So that is my best and worst memory of
I love
Pokemon
it.
within the span of like 10 minutes of each other.
That's good.
And with that, that is a wrap on this episode of Nintendo Nation. We hope you enjoyed our trip down memory lane. It really meant a lot to us. If you have any future ideas for topics or anything like that, or any future ideas for Joy-Con colors,
Or any John Deere Joy-Con fan art.
really anything John Deere fan art, let us know. Leave a comment down below. We'd really love to check it out. Anything else you guys have to add?
John Deere.
Yo, I love you guys. Thanks for watching.
All right, cool.
So
and with
genuine.
that, we're out. I'm Joe, Ryan, Christian,
Andy.
and this has been Nintendo Nation.